Very good morning to all of you. Once again, I welcome all of you in the today's practical. In the previous practicals, we were the three important practicals on the hydraulic jump, and the second one is uh, calibration of ogilvy, and the third practical we were conducted, that is the discharge through the channel by triangular weir or not. Now in the today's practical we are going to perform one of the important practical, that is flow below gate. Okay, so if you want to supply the water for irrigation purpose through the channel, okay, then how much discharge or how much quantity of water we have to release through the channel for the irrigation purpose. So depending upon the area to be irrigated on the downstream side, we are going to release the that quantity of water by opening the gate. So in the today's practical we will see, when the gate will open, how the flow will occur below the gate, and how much quantity of water we have to release as per the demand for the irrigation. So this practical we are going to conduct in the today's practical. So I am going to share with all of you the today's presentation of the practical we have. So I am going to start Droidcam as well. Okay. Slide is visible to all of you? Yes. Slide is visible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the aim of the today's practical is flow below gate. Okay. Now before the procedure, observation table, and the sample calculation and result, it is equally important that first we have to understand some of the theoretical aspect of the today's practical. Okay, so the flow below gate. Now this practical is very important as far as concerned with the flow through channel. Now if you want to supply the water for the purpose of irrigation, okay, then how much water we have to supply by opening the gate in the channel is very important. So what we have to do, how much quantity of water we have to release through the channel by opening the gate. That depends upon the area to be irrigated. Okay. For example, on the downstream side, we have a culturable command area, that is known as CCA. Okay. CCA is the culturable command area, that is known as CCA. Now what is mean by CCA or culturable command area? It is the area which is irrigated by the channel. Okay, it is the area of the land which is irrigated by the channel. So through the channel we have to supply the water to the entire field. For example, some of the farmer is having 10 acre, some farmer is having 5 acre, or another farmer is having 2 acre field. So what we have to do, we have to add all these acres or hectares of area, and once we have that data, how much area to be irrigated through the channel. So for example, the area to be irrigated is 20,000 hectares. Okay, so how much water we have to supply to irrigate 20,000 hectares of the land, that depends upon the flow through the channel. Okay, now it is equally important that we have to open the gate and we have to release the required quantity of the water for the 20,000 hectare land irrigation. So look at this particular diagram we have. So in this diagram you will see we have a spillway. Okay, what is the spillway? Spillway is a masonry or the concrete structure which is provided in the body of the dam, and above which we have a gate. So in case of the Jaikwadi Dam, such kind of the arrangement you can see in case of the Jaikwadi Dam. We have a spillway. So in case of the Jaikwadi Dam, we have 27 number of spillway, and above the spillway we have the gate, and this gate is known as the sluice gate. Now how the gate will open and how we can release the water by opening the gate in the channel. For example, we have a channel here. Okay, now according to the crop water requirement, according to the land to be irrigated, so once we have that data, for example 20,000 hectares of land if you want to irrigate, so accordingly we have to calculate how much discharge we require to irrigate 20,000 hectares of land. So once we have that calculation, so we can open the gate and we have to supply the water through the channel by opening the gate. Now look at the another diagram we have here. Okay, so for example there are different types of the channel: rectangular, trapezoidal, triangular, or semicircular. So in our laboratory the channel is triangular channel. So we have a bottom width B and depth of the flow is H or Y. Okay, now this is the bed of the channel which is having certain slope I or S. I or S is the slope of the channel. Now here we have a arrangement to supply the water in the channel with the help of a gate. So we have a sluice gate, okay, which is placed across the flow in the channel at the base of the dam. Okay, so in case of the Jaikwadi Dam we have two channels. One channel is Paithan left bank canal and another is Paithan right bank canal. So PLBC and PRBC. These two channel we have, and through this channel we have to supply the water for irrigation. Now, for example, if you want to supply the water for 20,000 hectares of the irrigation of the land, then how much discharge we have to release by opening the gate? So, for example, we require 10,000 liter per second of water by opening the gate. So, what we have to do? We have to open 1/4 gate and we have to release the water in the downstream side in the channel for irrigation purpose. Now, when the gate will open 1/4 for the first reading, so what we have to observe here? So on the upstream side we have H1. What is this H1? H1 is the depth of the flow on the upstream side of the gate. Okay. Then we have to take another reading, that is known as H2. So what is this H2? The H2 is the depth of the flow from the bed of the channel up to the bottom of gate. So this is also a depth below the gate. Then we have to take another reading, that is H3. So what is this H3? H3 is also the depth of the flow on the downstream side of the gate, away from the gate. Okay. So we have to take H1, H2 and H3. These three depths we have to take in case of the practical. Okay. Now, why we have to conduct this practical? Because if you want to irrigate 10,000 or 20,000 hectares of land, how much water required to irrigate that much of the land? So the first purpose of the today's practical is to calculate the actual discharge. Then to fix the dimension or to design the sluice gate. So the design of the sluice gate which depends upon the 5 hydraulic parameter, that is specific energy, then critical depth, critical velocity, minimum specific energy and Q theoretical. So once we have this particular data, that is hydraulic parameters, then we can design the dimension for the gate. For example, what should be the height for the gate, what should be the length of the gate and what should be the thickness, so as to whatever may be the pressure which is coming on the gate, it can sustain easily. Okay. So for the purpose of two things, how much water we have to supply and the design of the gate, it depends upon 5 hydraulic parameters. That's why we have to conduct the today's practical. Now we will move for the procedure and the practical setup. So look at, this is a practical setup. For example, we have a rectangular channel, then there is a arrangement to release the water. So we have to open or close the gate and we have to release the water for irrigation. So for the first reading we have to open 1/4 gate and we have to record H1, H2 and H3. So 3 depth we require. Now look at the observation table we have. So here we have the observation table. Okay. In case of the observation table, if you see here, serial number, first column. The second column is actual discharge, that is Q actual meter cube per second. So what is this Q actual? That is how much discharge we have to release by opening the gate for the purpose of irrigation. Then we have to record the depth of the flow, that is H1, we have to record H2 and we have to record H3. So these 3 depths we have to record for the 1/4 gate opening. Then we have to calculate this hydraulic parameter, that is the specific energy. Then we have to calculate critical depth Then we have to calculate critical velocity. We have the formula for all these 5 parameters, and we have to calculate minimum specific energy, that is A minimum, and last we have to calculate theoretical discharge. Okay. So one observation we require to conduct the practical, that is the width of the channel. So in case of our practical layout, we have 0.09 meter of the width of the channel. So we have to take B 0.09, that is 9 centimeter. Okay, width of the channel. Now the next thing is that how to conduct the practical. Okay, step by step procedure. So look at, this is a your rectangular channel. Okay, width of the channel is 0.09 meter. The depth of the flow is H. Okay. Now for the first reading, what we have to do? We have to open 1/4 gate. Once the 1/4 gate will open, the water will flow below the gate and it will come into the channel on downstream side from the dam. So we have to take H1, H2 and H3. So what is this H1? H1 is the depth on the upstream side. H2 is the depth up to the bottom of the channel. H3 is also a depth on the downstream side. So we have to record this 3 reading. Okay. So for the first reading, for the depth H1, we have recorded 0.38, then H2 0.22 and H3 is 0.18. Okay. So this 3 reading we expected from the practical H1, H2 and H3. Now at the outlet of the channel we have a measuring tank. So to measure the actual discharge, we require the measuring tank. So how will you calculate the actual discharge through the measuring tank? So we have a formula, that is Q actual, volume of measuring tank divided by time. So what is volume of measuring tank? That is LBH divided by T. So what is this L? L is the length of the tank, B is the width of the tank, and H is the depth of the flow or the rise of water level in the measuring tank. For example, we have assumed 0.2, that is 20 centimeter rise. With respect to this 20 centimeter rise, how much time it will take? So with the help of stopwatch, we have to take that time. So when the water is coming at the outlet and when it fall into the measuring tank, then we have to start the time with the help of stopwatch, and when the water is reaches up to 20 centimeter rise, then we have to stop that time and we have to record that time against the 20 centimeter rise. So here we have this first calculation, 0.3 meter by 0.3 meter by 0.2 meter, and to rise 20 centimeter height in the measuring tank, it will take approximately 36 seconds. So 0.3 by 0.3 by 0.2 by 36. So we will get the actual discharge, that is 5 into 10 raised to power minus 4 meter cube per second. So this is the first, you can say the parameter actual discharge we will get with the help of this formula. So we have to write this formula or this value in the actual discharge. Okay. So 5 into 10 raised to power minus 4 is the actual discharge. Then we have to find out the another parameter, that is specific energy, critical depth, then critical velocity, minimum specific energy, and Q theoretical. Okay. So how will you calculate all these parameters? So for this we have the formula. So look at the formula. Actual discharge, Q is equal to area into velocity. This is the general formula. So we can calculate the velocity discharged by area. Okay. So if the channel is rectangular, how will you calculate area? B into H, that is width into depth. So this is the area. So discharged by B into H. This is for rectangular channel. Now area is changes according to the shape. Okay, for rectangular, trapezoidal or semicircular, the area is different. Now the another things, here we have to calculate discharge per unit width of the channel. So small q is equal to capital Q divided by B. And in our laboratory setup we have the width of the channel is 0.09 meter. So velocity will be Q actual divided by BH. Now we have to calculate the first parameter, that is the specific energy. So specific energy or the specific head on the upstream side H plus V square by 2G. So here if you observe, now here if you observe, we have a gate, okay, and on the upstream side of the gate we have H1, that is the, if you want to calculate the total energy or total head, so we have potential head and velocity head, or we call it as a kinetic head, and datum head is 0. Okay, so H1 plus V1 square by 2G on the downstream side, H2 plus V2 square by 2G. So specific energy at section 11 and 22 are equal, and also we can apply the continuity equation. So Q1 is equal to Q2. Okay, that is B into H1 into V1, which is equal to B into H2 into V2. So we can apply the continuity equation also. So here the similar kind of the equation, this is the total head or the energy. So H1 plus Q square by 2G H square. So with the help of this formula we can calculate the specific energy. Then we have to calculate the critical depth. So critical depth SC is equal to, in bracket, Q square divided by G raised to 1/3. So here Q is the discharge per unit width, and we can calculate Q actual divided by width of the channel. Now the third things, we have to calculate critical velocity. So Vc is equal to under root GSC. Then we have to calculate minimum specific energy, that is E minimum. So we have the formula 3/2 of SC. Then we have to calculate the theoretical discharge. So how will you calculate theoretical discharge? B into H1 into H3 in bracket 2G divided by H1 plus H3 raised to half. So these are the 5 hydraulic parameter we have to calculate, and also we have to calculate how much discharge will require to supply through the channel for irrigation purpose. So this is the things we have to conduct, or we have to calculate in the practical. So we have certain sample calculations. Okay, so I am going to share that calculations also, and I request all the students, please be ready with your calculator, so as to you can do the calculation with yourself. So the first calculation, that is, we have a sample calculation here. Okay, we have the sample calculation. Sample calculations. Okay, the first one is, we have to calculate the actual discharge. Actual discharge. Okay, so Q actual. So Q actual is equal to volume of measuring tank into volume of measuring tank divided by time. So LBH divided by T. So length, breadth and the rise of water level is 20 centimeter, that is 0.2 meter divided by 36 seconds. Okay, time is in second. Now calculate actual discharge. Calculate actual discharge. How much is the actual discharge? Yes? It is very necessary. Yes, please tell me.
5 into 10 raised to minus 4.
5 into 10 raised to power minus 4 meter cube per second. Then second sample calculation we have to do, that is discharge. Discharge per unit width of channel. Per unit width of channel. Okay. The third calculation we have to do, that is discharge per unit width of the channel. And this is equal to small q divided by capital Q divided by width of the channel. Okay. So capital Q is 5 into 10 raised to power minus 4 divided by width of the channel is 0.09. So what should be the value of small q? How much it is?
5.61 into 10 raised to minus 4.
5 point किती आलं? Yes? Anyone?
5.55 into 10 raised to minus 3.
5.55 into 10 raised to power minus 3. Unit is meter cube per second per unit width of the channel. Okay? Per unit width. Remember, this is small q, that is discharge per unit width of the channel. Now, third calculation, we have to calculate critical depth. Okay? We have to calculate critical depth, that is HC. So SC is equal to small q square divided by g raised to 1/3. Okay. This is the second formula, this is the first formula, and this is third formula. So we have 5.55 into 10 raised to power minus 3 square divided by 9.81 bracket close raised to 1/3. Now calculate here the critical depth. Therefore, critical depth is how much is the critical depth?
0.08.
0.08 meter. Okay. So this is the critical depth. Then fourth parameter we have to calculate, that is critical velocity. Critical velocity, that is Vc. Okay. So Vc is equal to under root GHC. Okay. Under root GS. So here under root 9.81 into HC. We have calculated earlier 0.08. Okay. Now calculate Vc, that is critical velocity. Therefore, critical velocity will be
0.88.
0.88 meter per second. So always remember that unit is also equally important. So 0.88. Then we have to calculate, that is the minimum specific energy. Okay, the fifth calculation, minimum specific energy. So minimum specific energy, that is E minimum, okay, 3 by 2 of SC, 3 by 2 of SC. So 3 by 2 of SC, we have calculated SC 0.08, 0.08 meter. So E minimum will be
0.12.
0.12. Okay. Then the sixth parameter we have to calculate, that is theoretical discharge. Okay, we have to calculate theoretical discharge, that is Q theoretical. Okay. So for calculation of the Q theoretical, we have the formula V into H1 into S3 in bracket 2G divided by H1 plus S3 raised to half. Okay. So this is width of the channel 0.09. We have taken H1 and S3. So in our observation table, so see here, this is H1 and this is S3, 0.38 and 0.15. So 0.38 into 0.15. Okay, this is 15. This is 0.15. Then 2 into 9.81 divided by 0.38 plus 0.15 raised to half. Okay. Now this is 0.15. So calculate Q theoretical. Therefore, the Q theoretical is
0.03.
0.03 meter cube per second. Okay, meter cube per second. So once we have all this hydraulic parameter, we have to substitute in the observation table. So look at the observation table. Actual discharge is 5 into 10 raised to power 4. The first reading we have taken 0.38. The second is 0.22. Then third is 0.15. Then we have calculated the specific energy. Have you calculated the specific energy? No. You are not calculated. So calculate the seventh parameter, that is the specific energy. Okay. Specific energy. So E is equal to H1 plus Q square divided by 2GH square. So this is, now H1 is 0.38 plus Q square we have calculated, that is 5.55 into 10 raised to power minus 3 square divided by 2 into 9.81, and this is H1 again, into 0.38 square. So calculate E.
Zero point 38.
Okay, 0.38 meter. Now, once we have this 7 parameter, then we have to input in the observation table. So this is 0.38. We have calculated the specific energy. Then also we have calculated the critical depth 0.08. Then we have calculated critical velocity Vc 0.88. Then we have calculated minimum specific energy 0.12, and we have calculated this theoretical discharge 0.3. Okay, so this is how we can calculate all these hydraulic parameter. Now once we have this parameter, then we can understand how much actual discharge we have to supply for the irrigation. So we have to supply the water through the channel 5 into 10 raised to power 4 meter cube per second, and these are the other hydraulic parameters. So it will use the idea for opening for the gate. Now for the second reading, what we have to do, we have to open half gate now, and we have to record again this parameter H1, H2 and H3, and we have to calculate Q actual and all these parameters. Then for the third reading, what we have to do, we have to open full gate, and we have to record H1, H2, H3 and Q actual, and rest of the calculation we have to do with the sample formulas. Okay, so this is how we can conduct the practicals. Now these are the all manuals calculation. It require the time. I think this is a time consuming, you can say the work, or this is the time consuming task. But nowadays, in case of the irrigation department, okay, so as far as concerned with the Aurangabad irrigation department, we have the irrigation department, and we have the CADA office. Anybody is knowing about CADA? CADA? कोणाला माहित आहे का CADA ऑफिस बद्दल? माहित आहे का कोणाला? Yes? Anyone? What is the long form of CADA office? CADA? Catchment Area Development Authority. ओके, हे जे ऑफिस आहे ते पूर्ण जी जायकवाडीचं चॅनल थ्रू आपण जे शेतकऱ्यांना पाणी देतो, ओके, बाय ओपनिंग द गेट. So in case of the Aurangabad city, in case of the Jaikwadi Dam, we have CADA office, Catchment Area Development Office, near the Gajanan Maharaj Mandir for the setup of office. Then what is the responsibility of this department? The responsibility of the department is that whatever may be the water which is required to supply for the irrigation purpose in case of all seasons. We have monsoon, summer and winter season. So whatever may be the water which is required by the farmer, this office means there is a superintending engineer, chief engineer, assistant engineer, junior engineer. So the role and responsibility of the junior engineer is that the calculations and supplying of the water as per the demand for the irrigation. Now this is the manual calculation, but if you do this calculation with certain program, nowadays everywhere there is a program. Once you input some of the important formulae or some of the important value, automatically you will get critical velocity, critical depth, specific energy, if you input 3 parameter only in that program. So there is a advance, you can see the development in the calculations. So I have also developed one small program in the Excel sheet. So you can also develop some of the program in the Excel sheet for the purpose of the calculation. So I am going to share with all of you that program. म्हणजे तुम्ही काय करू शकता की त्या प्रोग्राममध्ये हे जे काही आपण कॅल्क्युलेशन केलेले आहेत की किती पाणी आपण इरिगेशनसाठी चॅनलमधून सोडायचं आहे, ते सगळे पॅरामीटर आपण एक्सेल शीटमध्ये डेव्हलप करू शकतो आणि आपला टाईम आपण कंझ्युम करू शकतो, वाचवू शकतो. सो आय एम गोइंग टू शेअर दॅट प्रोग्राम विच आय हॅव डेव्हलप. ओके. So see here, we have the channel. This is a rectangular channel. Can you see the slide? Yes. Slide दिसते की तुम्हाला? Anybody?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now you can see here we have a channel, and in the channel we have a gate. Okay. And if you want to supply the water for irrigation for the crop, so what we have to do? We have to open the gate and we have to supply the water. Now for example, look at this channel. Okay. So here on the upstream side of the channel we have Y1, and on the downstream side we have Y2. Okay. And the rectangular channel is having 2 meter wide. So Y1 is the depth on the upstream side of the gate, and Y2 is the depth on the downstream side of the gate. Now this is the small program for the calculation. So you can also develop this program with yourself. Now the total energy of the flowing fluid per unit weight. So total energy Z plus Y plus V square by 2G. So we have to take two sections on upstream and downstream of the gate, and assume no energy loss. Okay. So here we have Z1 plus Y1 plus V1 square by 2G, which is equal to Z2 plus Y2 plus V2 square by 2G. Okay. So since the channel is horizontal, so Z1 and Z2 is constant. So look at these two sections on the downstream side and on the upstream side. So Z1 and Z2 is constant because the channel is horizontal. So these two thing is constant. So the equation become now Y1 plus V1 square by 2G, which is equal to Y2 plus V2 square by 2G. And lastly V2 square by 2G minus V1 square by 2G, which is equal to Y1 minus Y2. So this kind of the equation we can develop. Now look at the another sections on the upstream side and downstream side. So we have to take two sections, and we have to apply the continuity equation. Okay. So the continuity equation on section 1 and 2 Q1, which is equal to Q2. So area into velocity. So area on the upstream and downstream, B into Y1 into V1, which is equal to B into Y2 into V2. So if you want to calculate the area, so B into Y2, that is width of the channel into depth, okay, into velocity. In this way we can apply the continuity equation, and we can calculate the discharge, that is area of the flow into velocity of the flow. So you can apply the continuity equation, and we can calculate the how much discharge we have to release by opening the gate. So for example, if you uh, assume the width of the channel is 2 meter, depth y1 1.5 meter and depth 2.3 meter, so automatically we will get all these parameter, that is the velocity head v square by 2g, then velocity at section 11 v1, velocity at section 22, that is v2, and also we will get the velocity head v2 square by 2g. Okay, so this is the beauty of this particular program. You can only change three parameter only: width, then depth on upstream side and depth on the downstream side. So once we have changed these three value only, so other value you will be get automatically. Okay, because we have developed one simple program with the help of the Excel. Okay, so such kind of the program if you develop, you can calculate the actual discharge automatically. So how you can calculate actual discharge? Width into y1, okay, into velocity, you will get the actual discharge automatically. So 2.971 is the our actual discharge. Okay, so this is how we can develop the formula in case of the you can see by the simple Excel program. So you can also generate such kind of the program. Now you can also you can say plot the graph also. So if we have the all this sample calculation with the help of this program, so you can also plot the graph, because we have the all values: velocity v1, v2, velocity head and discharge. Okay, then you can plot the graph actual discharge versus the velocity, actual discharge versus velocity on downstream side. Then you can also develop a formula for the minimum specific energy, critical velocity, then critical depth, okay, and for the theoretical discharge also, what the calculation we have done manually. So with the help of this simple Excel sheet program, you can calculate all these things very easily. Okay, and see here we can generate all these formulae within this particular Excel file. Okay, so 9.2.971 is the actual discharge. So by applying the continuity equation, we can calculate all these parameters. So this is how we can develop a program. Okay. Now this is about the program in the Excel sheet. Now if anybody having any questions right now, you can ask the question. Hello.
No, sir.
So if anybody is having any question right now, you can ask. Yes, anyone? आहे का कोणाला क्वेश्चन? Yes. Anyone? सागर, प्रथमेश, सागर, प्रथमेश, Sohail,
Yes, sir.
any question?
No, sir. No, sir.
Tejas, Tejas, Tejas Mahajan. Rohit Kharath.
Yes, sir.
Rohit, any question?
No, sir.
Sohail Mohammed, can you explain in 2 to 3 sentence or in 2 to 3 line? You can say the today's practical. Sohail, आप बोल सकते हो? Sohail,
Yes, sir.
can you explain the today's practical within 2 minutes? What you have learned? Yes. What you have learned? Can you explain? बोल सकते हो? Yes. Vishwanath. Can you explain? Okay. So thank you for coming in the today's lecture. Today's practical, I declare that today's practical is over.